Where is Mark List? New stops added, and all of this is coming up on this week's news episode. As always, to start off with, let's talk about the results. If you want to take a look at the results from Anaheim, California for Stadium Championship Series Blue, make sure to check out the most recent MonsterTalk report as we covered all of that show. For Stadium Championship Series Red in Minneapolis, Minnesota, Show 1 saw Cole Vernard and the Black Pearl win Racing, Mike Christensen in Vendetta win Skills on the overall event championship, and Adam Anderson in Gravedigger win Freestyle. For Show 2, Tom Meents takes Max D to a racing win, as Adam Anderson in Gravedigger wins Skills, Freestyle, and the overall. Adam Anderson is now overtaking Camden Murphy in the point series standings, with the difference of the two being 15 points. It is also important to note that Tom Meents and Bryce Kenny have swapped positions, with Meents now in third and Kenny in fourth, with the rest of the drivers staying in the same positions. For Arena Series Central in Cleveland, Ohio, your time racing winners were Cody Saucier in Dragon for events 1 and 2, Tony Oaks in Thunderoris at event 3, and Matt Cody in Gravedigger at event 4. For the Skills Challenge, your winners were John Zimmer Jr. in Terminal Velocity for events 1, 2, and 4, and Tony Oaks at event 3. For the Donut Competition, Tony Oaks won at event 1, Jamie Sullivan in Monster Mutt Dalmatian won at event 2, John Zimmer Jr. won at event 3, and Michaela Talachka in Megalodon took her first competition win of the season at event 4. For Freestyle, Cody Saucier won at event 1, however Matt Cody in Gravedigger won at events 2, 3, and 4. Your overall event champions would be John Zimmer Jr. in Terminal Velocity at events 1, 2, and 3, and Matt Cody in Gravedigger at event 4. In terms of points, many believe Zimmer Jr. would claim the series points lead, however Brandon Vincent is still on top. For Arena Series East in Worcester, Massachusetts, your racing winners would be Hunter Souza in Earthshaker at event 1, Weston Anderson in Gravedigger at event 2, Bernard Light in Megalodon at event 3, and Dalton Widener in Jurassic Attack at event 4. In the Skills Challenge, Weston Anderson won at events 1, 2, and 3, while Armando Castro in El Toro Loco won at event 4. In the Donut Competition, Hunter Souza won at event 1, Chad Tingler and Zombie won at event 2, Weston Anderson won at event 3, and Lindsay Reed in Scooby-Doo won at event 4. The freestyle competition saw yet another week of 4 different freestyle winners, as Armando Castro won at event 1, Bernard Light won at event 2, Weston Anderson won at event 3, and Lindsay Reed won at event 4. Your overall event champions would be Hunter Souza at event 1, and Weston Anderson at events 2, 3, and 4. Points remain relatively the same, the only difference being that Chad Tingler and Hunter Souza are now tied for 7th place. And finally, for Arena Series West in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, your racing winners would be Tristan England in Earthshaker for event 1, and Brandon Arthur in El Toro Loco at events 2 and 3. For the Skills Challenge and Donut competitions, they were exclusively dominated by Tristan England and Kristen Anderson in Gravedigger, with England winning all 3 Skills Challenges in Oklahoma and Anderson winning all 3 Donut competitions. For the Freestyle competition, events 1 and 3 were won by Kristen Anderson, and event 2 was won by Tristan England. Your overall event champions would be Tristan England for events 1 and 2, and Kristen Anderson for event 3. The series continues to heat up as both David Olfer and Kristen Anderson are now tied for 3rd place on the series, as the rest of the drivers remain in the same positions. Moving on to the independent results, No Limits Monster Trucks was in Pikeville, Kentucky. The results were for Show 1 an Overkill Evolution sweep, while Show 2 saw Overkill Evolution win wheelies and freestyle, and Black Stallion win racing. For show 3, Overkill Evolution once again sweeped the competition. And that's it with the results. It's time to take a look at the news and our first story. As up first, making history over the weekend. Week 7's rounds of action was filled with the drivers making history in terms of wins. Many drivers either took home their first wins in a particular competition, while others took home their first career win in Monster Jam. After winning his first ever competition win in Houston, Mike Christensen would win his first ever skills challenge and overall event win in Minneapolis. Matt Cody would win a total of 4 competition wins and an overall event championship, marking his first wins behind the wheel of the black and green wrecking machine, while Hunter Souza would pick up his first ever overall event championship in Worcester. However, the talking points of this weekend in terms of history-making moments were the feats achieved by Brandon Arthur, Chris Kohler, and Tom Meents. Chris would not just pick up just 1, but 2 competition wins, successfully earning his first competition wins in Monster Jam. In a similar fashion to Chris, Brandon Arthur would take home 2 racing competition wins, cementing his first career wins in Monster Jam as he filled in for Elvis Linus. Now, Tom Meents obviously has won a competition before, but he hasn't won a single racing competition in over 2 years. That was until last weekend as he won against Adam Anderson in an epic race. Now, the post-race interview quickly garnered attention as Meents was understandably very emotional after his father had passed away before the weekend had started, as he dedicated his win to his father. We would like to send our condolences to Meents and his family during this tough time. We also would like to congratulate each of these fantastic drivers for making history this past weekend and making week 7 a week for the history books. Monster Jam announces new stops. 2 more stops have been announced for both Stadium Championship Series Red and Stadium Championship Series Blue. Those 2 stops are Cleveland, Ohio at First Energy Stadium and Inglewood, California at SoFi Stadium. Cleveland's show is the second time Monster Jam has rolled into First Energy Stadium, as Monster Jam hosted one of their off-season shows at the venue, and the show was filled with amazing action. Stadium Championship Series Red will be competing at this show, although interestingly, it will not be a point-earning event. Inglewood's SoFi Stadium will host Monster Jam for the very first time, as this brand new stadium will host Stadium Championship Series Blue for a point-earning event. Tickets for Cleveland are now on sale, however Inglewood is not. Tickets will be first open to preferred customers, so make sure to sign up to be a preferred customer to get alerts about when tickets are on sale. What is going on with Mark List? Charlie Porkin was announced earlier in the year to be exclusively driving Megalodon on the international tour, as he did in Stockholm. However, in the last month, he has done much more than that. He has filled in for Mark List in Indianapolis and once again at Anaheim this past weekend. Now, he has been announced to be driving yet again for both El Paso this upcoming weekend and Arlington the following weekend. The real question we have to ask is, what is going on with Mark List? Well, his reasoning as to why he wasn't competing in Indianapolis was due to a family function. However, his reasoning behind not being present in Anaheim is unknown. A lot of mystery surrounds this, but one thing for sure is that if List isn't back by the weekend preceding Arlington, that he is not currently working with Monster Jam. Keep in mind that this is just a prediction and a theory, and this is not facts, this is just a theory. This would then leave Stadium Series Blue without a driver, though with the amount of times Porkin has filled in for List, I wouldn't be surprised if Porkin ends up competing for the rest of the tour, and someone like Logan Ashline takes Porkin's spot on the International Series. Any updates on the situation will be covered in a future news video. The Monster Truck 5 of the week is back, and here's all the shows and tours that are touring the globe. Stadium Championship Series Red is heading to Jacksonville, Florida at TIAA Bank Field. Stadium Championship Series Blue returns to El Paso, Texas at the UTEP Sun Bowl Stadium. The Intrust Bank Arena in Wichita, Kansas is the next stop for Arena Championship Series West. Arena Championship Series East is stopping by the XL Center in Hartford, Connecticut, and Allentown, Pennsylvania will be the next stop for Arena Series Central at the PPL Center. Hot Wheels Monster Trucks Live is heading to Edinburgh, Texas at the Burt Ogden Arena, and the Hot Wheels Monster Trucks Live Europe Tour is off for this weekend. The All-Star Monster Truck Tour will be in Widener, Georgia, and will feature Crazy Train with Triton Robbins, Plain Crazy with Montana Robbins, Sinister with Elliot Miller, Whole Shot with Kevin King, and Ice Cream Man with Joe Uri. Monster TNT will be in Hattiesburg, Mississippi, and will feature Lone Wolf with Tommy Valerone, Boss Gator with Austin Tweedy, Alcatraz Chris Davis, Heavy Hitter with Derek Anson, and a new truck by the name of Feelin' Froggy with Jeremy Brady. The Monster Truck Insanity Tour heads to Ada, Oklahoma, and will feature Barbarian with Devin Jones, Devastator with Aaron Basil, Mechanical Mischief with Josh Baumgartner, and will presumably feature The Boss with Eric Swanson. The Monster Truck Nitro Tour will be in Abilene, Texas, and will feature Bounty Hunter with Jimmy Cretin, Scarlet Bandit with Dawn Cretin, Jekyll and Hyde with Rob Poutre, Fatal Attraction with Jeff Murphy, and Primetime with Justin Murphy. And finally, the South Carolina Monster Truck Madness will be in Travelers Rest, South Carolina, and will feature Culture Shock with Daniel Ames, Bad News Travels Fast with Brandon Dero, Virginia Giant with Cliff Vowell, and Old Red Truck with Jeff Fielding. I want to hear your thoughts about the news we covered today. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. And thank you everyone all so much for watching, and I'll see you all soon with some more Monster Truck content.